Yes, so welcome to Vasily's Garden, folks. It's stinking hot, that's right, and I'm watering. It's almost the middle of the day, and yes, I am watering, because what is our topic today? Watering your garden, when and when not to water your garden, and how to water your garden. It's a very important subject, and a subject on everyone's mind, especially during the heat of summer. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm wetting the leaves. You know, in the past I said, do not wet your leaves, and there's some truth in that. But we need to clarify this to better understand what you can water, when you should be watering, and why you shouldn't be watering certain plants in certain ways. And you can see what I'm doing here now. Look, strawberries, all the leaves are wet. That's correct. So the clarification here is some plants are susceptible to fungi, disease. Others are not. Capsicums, for example, here. These are Alex's capsicums that we planted after we visited his place. They're getting a soaking. Yes, you can wet the leaves because they will hydrate well from those leaves. But some plants, like your tomatoes, your zucchinis, your cucumbers, and sometimes petunias, are not so happy being wet on the leaves, so they need to be hydrated. So one step at a time. Watering. When do you water? As soon as possible. Water early in the morning, and if you have to water in the heat of the day, water at that time as well. Do you wet all the leaves? Well, you can wet all the leaves depending on the type of plant. So I've said in the past that when you liquid feed, watering the plant over the foliage, it actually takes it up 3 times quicker through the leaves, but you don't do liquid feeding in the heat of the day, especially EcoButch. You will burn your plants because there's nitrogen in there. Now, with water, straight water on capsicums, for example, not a problem. As long as you know you haven't got too many minerals or foreign minerals or additives in your water that may cause some burning. My experience is some plants just don't like it. Oregano, no problem. Celery, no problems. Kale, no problems. You can wet it all. They're tough and robust. Tomatoes? Oh, no. Oh. If you've got septoria leaf spot, you've got rust or mildew already, example on your roses, and you use water on the leaves, the possibilities are high of it spreading through the water droplets because it's a carrier. It carries the spores from one plant to the other. So monitor the type of plants you're watering, and yes, water when you need to. Do not let it wilt to the point where there's no return. A dead, flat, dehydrated plant will not recover when the cell walls actually collapse to the point of extinction. Even if you hydrate it after the sun's gone down, you're best to get out there and water it straight away. And that's what we used to do. Nursery industry, a lot of yous there, folks. And I'm not in competition here because I know a lot of you follow me and you follow Craig. And I thought I'd just send a little bit of clarity. Whatever Craig has said online is correct. It's 100% correct. I'm just adding to that and complementing it. So when you water certain plants, silver beet and spring onions, yeah, see how I avoid the tomato? Look, angular leaf spot, rust on it, developing. These are gone. They're gone to heaven. They've had it. I'm going to pull them out. I'm not going to waste my time with those. But at the same time, you don't do this, even though I'm doing it now, only because these plants will spread some of those spores, or the spores will spread by the water. Hydrate your plants and make sure they're hydrated before the sun comes out. And if it's super, super hot, get out there and water it again at whatever time you need to stop them from wilting to the point of extinction. If you're liquid feeding, liquid feed early in the morning or late in the evening to avoid burning of the foliage, because the sun will just amplify the nitrogen in that liquid and cause some burning and dieback. So don't do it in the heat of the day. Water wherever you need to water. Hydrate your plants whichever way possible, and those plants that are more susceptible to viruses, fungi developing from the water droplets, cut back on those. Hydrate at the bottom. It doesn't mean you can't water around the base. You can water. You have to water. You're going to stand around in the middle of the Sahara Desert with a bottle of water there saying I can't drink it until it's nighttime? I don't think so. And that's the same with your plants. So hydrate them as soon as you need to. Check out our website, vasilysgarden.com. And again, folks, we are closing down the garden centre in Coburg. If you're watching this as we've just uploaded, switch over to 693 AM radio. That's with me and Darren James talking gardening. And I will be at the garden centre. That's at 2125 Munro Street, Coburg. Everything is heavily discounted because we're having a closing down sale. Take advantage of it. Don't wait till the last minute because you'll miss out on the great bargains. It's all at vasilysgarden.com. Click and collect, available as well. From me, Vasily, Maresi.